What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another quick video from this setup. No, I didn't forget. I've just been super busy, guys. I've been working my ass off, and no, I'm not a White Sox fan. I just like the hat. So before people question me about that, I am a Jays fan. But Ilya Mikheyev has signed a 2-year deal with the Toronto Maple Leafs, apparently taking a little bit of a haircut or a pay cut to help the Leafs with their salary cap. I don't really know if that's true. I mean, I love Mikheyev, but maybe it's true, maybe it's not. If it is, amazing, but 1.6 million to me is a little bit too much, but on a 2-year deal, I'm okay with it, especially if he plays like he did before the injury, of course, because I think he was awful in the series against Columbus, but I love the guy and he played pretty well before the injury. So if he can regain that type of play, this is a great contract. 1.6 million for a guy that possibly could give you 40 points, maybe 50 if he has a full healthy season and he plays pretty well, especially if he's playing in that top 6, if he gets another shot there, which they're probably going to give him that opportunity. So Ilya Mikheyev, $1.645 million AAV over the next 2 years. Now, you can't see it up here because this is just a quick video for now, because guys, like, I'm exhausted. Like, it's literally 9 o'clock and I'm gonna go to sleep very soon. But excuse me, it shows the Leafs have $524,800 in projected cap space if you send Pierre Engvall to the minors, and that's with a full roster and 1 scratch, which would be Timothy Liljegren, so a 21-man roster. So it would be Hyman, Matthews, Marner, Mikheyev, Tavares, Nylander, VC, Kerfoot, Simmons, Robertson, Thornton, and Spezza. And of course there's Barabanov. He might get that spot as well, as maybe even as the scratch. Then I have Muzzin and Brody, Morgan Riley and Justin Hall, and again, you could switch those up. It's just there how it was. Like, it's probably going to be Riley and Brody, and then Mikko Lehtinen and Zach Bogosian with Rasmus Sandin as the scratch, and of course Freddie and Campbell as the goaltenders, the other soup. But anyways, so Mikheyev last year had 23 points, 8 goals, and 15 assists in 39 regular season games. So if he was able to play that full season, the shortened season, without the injury and stuff like that, he probably would have been closer to 35 points, I would imagine. Definitely a very, very talented guy, sneaky talent, and because he doesn't really look like that he has all this, talent, but he does. He actually has a decent set of hands. His shot isn't the greatest, but he's able to find holes, which is good. I believe he had 2 empty net goals, so keep that in mind. But definitely a guy that can play in the Leafs' top 9 and produce at a decent clip. So the Omsk Russia native also suited up for 5 games in Toronto's qualifying round against Columbus. But again, like I said, he wasn't very good, in my opinion. Now, prior to joining the Maple Leafs, of course, Mikheyev played 4 seasons in the KHL. He had 122 points in 224 games. He was named to the KHL's first All-Star team in the 2018-2019 season and represented Avangard in the 2019 KHL All-Star game. And of course, he was originally signed by the Leafs in 2019, last year, on May 6th. And Babcock and Dubas and everybody was very excited when he came in. And from what we've heard, Sheldon Keefe and everybody in the Maple Leafs organization still really loves him. And Kyle Dubas is quite fond of him as well. When he got that injury, he obviously sliced his wrist. He just wasn't the same afterwards in the playoffs there. But Kyle Dubas was very helpful there. Apparently Kyle Dubas was, getting him clothes, helping him when it came to, having somebody there to visit with him. Like, Dubas didn't travel with the team for a bit so he could stay with Mikheyev. He was, watching soccer with him, watching hockey with him, just trying to get his mind off of things. And I think that that's pretty cool in the relationship here. It looks like if it was, true that Mikheyev took a little bit of a pay cut, that, it's a great relationship between a GM and a player. So that's obviously good. They both have given each other a little bit here, and that's what it's all about. Again, with Mikheyev, he's not the type of guy where he's going to just blast you with a bunch of skill and speed and everything like that. But he's a bigger guy. He's not afraid to get into the corners, and I know people love that. But, you know, he's not necessarily tough. He's mentally tough, and, you know, he's not a guy that you're just going to, you know, knock over easily. He's a guy that will stand his ground, and he's able to give you, you know, the pressure in that zone, in the offensive zone that you need in the corners, and he's able to feed his teammates quite well. And, you know, he just seems like a great guy. You know, of course, the soup answers that he was given, you know, about talking about how much he loves soup and things like that. Like, there's not a lot that you know, like, there's pretty much nothing you could hate about this guy that we know of course. But definitely, I'm pumped about this. I really wish it came in closer to 1.5, but if you are getting him at 2 years, 1.645 is pretty solid. 2 years at that number is actually quite good. So yeah, again, the Leafs are under the salary cap if they put Engvall in the minors, or if they work out something else, they're perfectly fine. This roster is deeper than people are giving it credit for. I think there's been a lot of really good signings that Kyle Dubas has brought in. Obviously, the physicality, some speed, some guys that want to, you know, prove themselves that they are better than what they played last year, and that's a guy like Jimmy Vesey. You've got the leadership roles, you like Joe Thornton, Spezza coming back, Wayne Simmons and Bogosian with the toughness and the grit. So it's a bit of everything. And of course, the defensive side of things, Mikko Lehtinen, TJ Brody, like, the Leafs are deeper. They're a much deeper team. Aaron Dell, third string goaltender, not too bad, instead of, you know, sending up goaltenders that have never played games in the NHL. And again, that's no disrespect to Casimir Kaskisuo. I'm very happy that he's found a new home, I believe, in Nashville. I'm not positive, but I'm very happy for him and his family, and I'm sure the vlogs are going to be great. But definitely a much deeper team, a much more fun team. I think we're going to have fun with this team this year, and that's what it's all about. You want to see this team succeed, and I'm liking the fact that Ilya Mikheyev is back in the fold, because all it is just another guy that you can throw in there as depth. Now, Travis Dermott could be the next domino to fall, and I'm wondering, you know, his number's probably going to come in just over $1 million. I'm predicting anywhere between 1 to 1.3. Now that Mikheyev's number is done, I think Dermott is probably going to get done pretty quickly. I don't think that there's an arbitration case there, so I think they're working on a contract. But I would imagine Dermott's going to get like a 1-year prove yourself deal, maybe a bridge on 2 years, but definitely some things to think about, because I don't think that the Leafs are going to trade Kerfoot at this point, and I don't want them to, with how much, you know, deeper this team has become. So it might just be maybe a Justin Hall. Like, I don't know, maybe Justin Hall is on his way out, even though I know a lot of people like him, and I do as well. But aside from him playing with Jake Muzzin, he's not very good. So they need to figure out if he's a guy that they're going to go with long term, and if it's going to work out. So definitely something, like I said, to keep your eye on. I'm very excited for the depth that this Leafs or front office is creating. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the videos. Again, I took a little bit of a break there, a couple days, but it wasn't on purpose. It was mainly because I was working so much. And, you know, a lot of those times I'm working at, you know, getting up at 4 a.m. So definitely needed a little bit of time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, Ilya Mikheyev, 2 years, the AAV at 1.645 million. 26 years old. Not a bad contract for a couple years, just making sure that he can put up 35 to 40 points, and the Leafs would be probably happy with that. If he can touch 50 points this year, then they're killing it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and peace.